Today, I am doing a special prayer for the planet that is specifically for those of us who are empaths. We're empathic. We really sense and feel other people's emotion or the planet's energy. For my light workers, my healers, coaches, introverts, all of you who are just more highly attuned to energy and really sensitive to emotion. So I see some people joining me, and if you feel like you identify with one of those terms or another one, I would love, love, love for you to go ahead and type a little comment in the chat box just saying, yep, I'm empathic, or I'm a highly sensitive person, or I am a light worker, or an energy healer, or whatever way you might term it yourself. And so if you don't really self-identify that way, I'm still going to have some great tips for you. But what I really wanted to share today was just to help normalize some of the emotions and sensations we might be feeling. And then I wrote a really special prayer for us because I feel like one of my special gifts is to connect with groups of people and hear underlying what they're saying and what patterns are emerging. And so I know for myself, I have felt since the whole coronavirus news has kind of broke, I felt that I'm actually working on some other level. So when I go to sleep at night, my sensation is that I'm actually working on behalf of the planet. It's not something I could really logically explain, but I do have this sense of being in like such a deep, heavy sleep. And then when I wake up, I feel very disoriented and a little bit out of my body. So if you're hearing one of these descriptions and it feels like it applies to you, I'd love for you to give me a thumbs up so other people can sense that this is normal. So if you're feeling extra tired, I feel like this is really normal right now, that on some level our energy bodies are doing our best to try to stabilize and hold space and hold light for the planet. So you might suddenly feel drained for no reason. Yep, I'm seeing people relate to that. You might be having a hard time to focus. I'm noticing that I feel a little scattered and spacey, and it's a little harder for me to prioritize what I would normally be getting done. And I feel like that's part of that shift from being so busy and doing into being in a place of slowing down and breathing and connecting and tuning in. You might also feel that there's this global kind of anxiety and fear going on, and it's not actually yours. And what I mean by that is, especially when I first started um, tuning into myself, I realized that I personally was not feeling very anxious, but I was picking up on kind of this staticky energetic field around the planet, and that was triggering my anxiety. And so there's been this balance for me of taking care of myself and owning the parts that are mine, but also realizing I'm perceiving something that's happening beyond myself. And so as I've talked to a lot of my friends who are leaders and healers and are working with other people, they've been communicating that they're not actually that freaked out. And I feel like it's really important to articulate this because in a time when so many people are having very normal and understandable panic and fear and anxiety reactions, there also are some of us who are not feeling that way, and that's okay as well. And some of us are going back and forth, right? That we have our moments of feeling great and strong and seeing the bigger picture here and understanding why this is happening. And then other times when we do go into that place of personal worry or personal anxiety or personal concern around our finances. And so, yeah, I'm getting a little emotional when I'm seeing all the hearts and smiley faces. So just know that there are a really strong group of us who have committed to just anchoring this energy and doing our best to stay positive and centered, and to see the bigger picture, that all these breakdowns that are happening are giving a chance of a new way of being to emerge. And the way I would call that is that we're inviting the feminine consciousness, the divine feminine consciousness. This has nothing to do with being a man or a woman, but inviting this way of being, that we're saying, you know what? We need to collaborate. We need to share resources. We need to care for everyone, not just our own family or our own communities. We need to be flexible. We need to have periods of resting and periods of doing. And all these transitions are creating this turbulence around the planet. And there are some of us who have been practicing this way of being for a long time, and we're still new to it and still learning how to do it. And we're attempting to hold that space to invite everyone to see this way of being. So I want to first of all just thank each and every one of you. I know you are working in so many powerful and different ways, ways that are inexplicable, and your experience of what's going on may or may not be the same as what we're seeing in the news. And let's honor and respect and hold space that every reaction is welcome and acknowledged. The swings in ourselves are welcome and acknowledged. And today, what I'd like to offer is a prayer, just specifically for those of us who are holding this kind of space. Because as I was getting ready to go to bed last night, I found myself feeling revved up because like this information was coming through me, and so I wrote it down to capture it. So if you'd like to get comfortable and slide your feet back and forth on the ground as if you're skiing cross country, saying hello to Mama Earth. Even slide your palms of your hands back and forth on your lap just to activate your body. Maybe rub your back into your chair or into the floor, however you're sitting. And take that breath. Welcome this time to slow down and tune in and check in. And the words I'm about to speak are from my heart and my soul to your heart and your soul. And so I invite you to receive them fully and deeply. You have trained for these times. You've had the privilege of time and energy and money to do your inner work. You've made those hard choices over the years, listening to that inner guidance, those inner nudges, your own knowing. And now you have a responsibility, which means you have the ability to respond in your own aware, awake way. And so it's time to be of service. So feel what you feel. Acknowledge it all. And make the choice to center yourself each and every day. Remember to breathe. Double down on your tools and practices. Light that candle. Use your flower essences and your aromatherapy. Express your gratitude. Spend time in nature. Connect to your angels, your helpers, your guides, to the earth beings who are here supporting us. Tap into Source. Journal, meditate. Use your tragedy shield. Take Epsom salt baths. Say your prayers. And once you've been able to center yourself, then give what you can. Deeply listen to your intuition. It's time for listening, and that changes each and every day. Take the actions, whether it's curling under your covers or sharing your wild and wonderful self. Be open to shifting and dancing as fast as God, as fast as the goddess. Explore virtual. Get creative. How can you create connection, community? How can you share your gifts and your talents in these extraordinary times? You don't have to be perfect. Just show up. Be that messenger. It's okay if you haven't mastered the technology, or if your hair is messy, or you don't have lipstick on. It's going to be okay. This too shall pass. This is the breakdown before the breakthrough. This is the slowdown, the dropping in, the most magnificent, blessed opportunity for you to do and be you, to make your life, your business, your healing, your gifts, make it yours. It's okay if you are not freaking out, and it's okay if you are. It's okay if you're happy to have less social obligations, more time away to be at home, to snuggle in with your family and let those roots go deep. So be true to yourself. Listen to those whisperings and do not override them. Put yourself out there. Speak up. Be the voice of wisdom, of intuition, of hope, of reason. Follow the breadcrumbs. All you need is the next right step. Ask for help. We do not have to do this alone. Collaborate and watch for the signs. Be nimble. Pivot. You are made for these times. You are made for these times. So thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being one, and thank you for being part of the many. So I'd like you to just take a few breaths, just letting those words and more importantly, the energy wash over you. Let it fill all the cells and organs and tissue in your body, in your energetic field. And when you're ready to bring some movement back into your body, open those beautiful eyes of yours. And I'd love to just check in and see how everyone's feeling. You can use the wonderful Facebook emojis to share. And I just like to remind everyone that we are doing this daily at 5 p.m. That tomorrow my dear friend and lightworker Janine Barnett is going to join us. And I am also going to do a special offering a special offering on Friday, because I've had so many people come to me and say, hey, I really want to share myself or my content or my process or my teachings on a Facebook Live or on Zoom, and you're not quite sure how to do it. You don't understand exactly how the technology works and how you get yourself set up. And you might be even having some of those mindset gremlins come up of like, what if I don't look right, or what if I don't sound right? Or how do you just show up with the right kind of energy and attitude? So on Friday at, let me translate this in my head, at 3 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to do a free class on Zoom on how you use Facebook Lives and Zoom to share your message. And the reason I'm going to do it on Zoom is because I'll be able to actually show my screen and show you how to go ahead and do a Facebook Live or Zoom. So if you have someone you know who has a gift or a talent, they're trying to get it out there, I have to have deep bows of gratitude to Christy Eller here in Paonia. She's been doing her Zumba classes online, and Liz Busey, she's been doing her yoga classes online, and my dear friend Devora back in Marblehead, she's doing her first Facebook Live. So if you have a resource or a gift or a tool that you can share, then let's use this amazing gift we have, which is technology. And I want to just help everyone who needs to use this as a resource. So I'll pop the link that we're going to meet on in the chat here. And yes, just keep staying strong, keep sending out your light. So before we close, I just want everyone to pop in to the chat box, just one person, situation, something that you're grateful for, something that you just want to hold space and send light to. So let's be witness to each other. Let's collectively hold the space for it. So share who is it that you're especially thinking of today, what situation, maybe a certain part of the world, and let's just keep showing up together. So thank you everyone for joining me. I love you, and I'm just so grateful that in the midst of these extraordinary times we're still finding ways to show up and connect and love each other and support each other. Okay, bye bye.